Imagine waking up in the morning, stepping outside your home, and seeing the ground curve upwards into the sky. Forests stretch overhead, lakes ripple along the horizon, and the sun pours in through giant windows, except you're not on Earth at all. You're inside a massive rotating space habitat known as an O'Neill cylinder. In this video, we're diving deep into one of the most ambitious ideas for humanity's future, living inside giant space habitats that could hold millions of people, floating between the stars. This isn't just science fiction, it's a vision that real scientists and engineers have been working on for decades. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll know exactly how O'Neill cylinders work, what life inside them will be like, the challenges we face, and why this could be humanity's best shot at building a future among the stars. Life isn't just yours, it's everywhere. It's everything, and we're here to explore it all. Be curious and stay curious. So, what exactly is an O'Neill cylinder? Picture two enormous hollow cylinders, each several miles in diameter and dozens of miles long. These cylinders rotate in opposite directions to create artificial gravity along their inner surfaces. The idea comes from physicist Gerard K. O'Neill, who proposed it back in the 1970s. Each cylinder is big enough to house entire cities, forests, rivers, even farmland. And thanks to massive mirrors and windows, they can capture sunlight directly from space, simulating natural day and night cycles. In short, it's a space colony designed not just for survival, but for thriving, a place where people can live, work, play, and build a future off Earth. Now, you might ask, why go through all this trouble? Why build space habitats when we have Earth? The answer comes down to three things: survival, resources, and opportunity. First, survival. Earth is fragile. Asteroids, climate change, wars, pandemics. We've seen how vulnerable we are. Expanding into space reduces those risks. Second, resources. The moon and asteroids are packed with metals and raw materials. By building habitats in space, we can use those resources without damaging Earth's environment. And third, opportunity. Space offers unlimited solar energy, microgravity for advanced manufacturing, and the chance to design entire societies from scratch. Imagine farming without seasons, powering cities with endless sunlight, or building economies that span planets. O'Neill cylinders aren't just about escaping Earth. They're about building something bigger than Earth. All right, let's talk about the science. The key to an O'Neill cylinder's rotation. As the cylinder spins, centrifugal force pushes everything inside outward, simulating gravity. On the inner surface, you feel like you're standing on Earth. The cylinders are paired, rotating in opposite directions to cancel out gyroscopic effects. Otherwise, controlling their orientation would be nearly impossible. Then there are the giant mirrors. These reflect sunlight into the habitat, giving residents a natural sky and healthy crops. By adjusting the mirrors, you can control day and night cycles, even seasons. Finally, radiation shielding. Since space is flooded with cosmic rays and solar storms, thick walls of lunar rock or asteroid material would protect the habitat. It's a delicate balance of engineering, ecology, and physics, but in theory, it works. So, what's it like to actually live inside one of these megastructures? Step outside your door, and the world curves up into the sky. Look left, and you see farmland stretching for miles. Look right, and a shining lake curves above your head, held in place by the rotation. You could go hiking in a forest, swimming in a lake, or biking along curved roads that seem to defy gravity. Kids could play sports in Earth like gravity, while factories float near the central axis where gravity is weaker, perfect for building advanced materials. Food would come from vast hydroponic farms. Cities could host millions of people, with schools, hospitals, theaters, and parks. Nights would bring starry skies or simulated weather. Life wouldn't just be about survival. It could be about thriving, building a culture and identity unique to space itself. Of course, this dream comes with enormous challenges. Cost. Building a cylinder miles across would cost trillions. Engineering. We need to mine and transport materials from the moon. And asteroids, radiation. Shielding millions of people isn't simple, closed ecosystems. Maintaining a stable, self-sustaining biosphere is incredibly hard. Psychology. How do people adapt to living in an artificial world? Knowing Earth is millions of miles away. These aren't small problems. But remember, 50 years ago, landing on the moon seemed impossible. Today, private companies are building reusable rockets and planning Mars missions. Step by step, the impossible becomes possible. So, will we ever see O'Neill cylinders become reality right now? Space agencies and private companies are working on smaller steps: space stations, lunar bases, asteroid mining. The technology is slowly catching up. It may not be in 10 years or even 50, but O'Neill cylinders represent a vision of the future that inspires scientists, engineers, and dreamers. Because here's the truth: if humanity is going to survive long-term, we'll need to expand beyond Earth, and when we do, O'Neill cylinders could be the cities of the future, self-sufficient, beautiful, and filled with life. So, what do you think? Would you live in an O'Neill cylinder? Would you trade Earth's open skies for a curved horizon and a life among the stars? If you enjoyed this journey into the future of space habitats, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the future of space exploration. And let me know in the comments, if you could design your own space habitat, what would it look like? Thanks for watching. Be curious, stay curious.